And people were like, wow, she's so real. I'm like, okay, so I went backstage. Now, Miss World, Vanessa. She also made it through head-to-head challenge.
Yeah.
So for most of the last-minute preparations were with her. And she kept telling me, you know what, Queen, we'll tour the world together. But I didn't know what she meant by that.
Really?
She had that confidence in her. There was, for Miss World, you'd never know what to expect, but she was very confident.
Yeah.
She's like, Queen, I know we'll make it. This is our time. This is a time for our countries, and we will make it. So I reached top 12, Miss World Africa. We go backstage. She's like, I told you.
Oh my.
But she was really nice. Like, you know that one girl that is always around to help anyone. Whether you're African or what, if you need lashes, if you need your makeup fixed, just go to Vanessa. She will help.
Yes.
So we're not surprised that she was Miss World. I mean, she embodied everything about being Miss World. And backstage, she's telling me, Queen, don't worry, we'll make it. I'm like, okay. But then as we were approaching the last days, we all knew France would be Miss World.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't even make it to top. She didn't make it to top 12. You're like, okay, now who? Thailand, Mexico. And then for the world votes, I remember I came third, and Vanessa second, Thailand first. So in my head, I knew, okay, it's Thailand, it's Nicole.
But you kept changing your mind every step. She's like, I knew, but then I knew, then I knew. Madam.
It was...
No, but I guess, but you never know. That's the thing. You
That's
never
the
really
thing.
know.
Yeah. Because even from, I mean, we knew South Africa would be Miss World Africa. She didn't.
Yeah.
And we thought, okay, France would, but she
Be
didn't.
Miss World and she wasn't.
So you were just changing also, you act according to what is happening.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe it's Thailand, maybe it's Mexico, who knows? We'll find out. For some reason, we all, and the other contestant that had the most was Panama. Like, this girl is really beautiful.
Okay.
She was the most beautiful contestant. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
One girl, you wake her up from her sleep and she's ready to go. That's how beautiful she is. That's how that's your makeup. No.
That's not true.
Crystal, I am telling you.
Oh my God, you're so honest.
That was the truth. They're like, she needs to be among the top 5. She'll bring out, the image of Miss World better. Like, yeah. But the thing is, she should not speak English. She was just learning.
Yeah.
But okay, fast forward. Miss World is Vanessa, Mexico. We're like, hey. But then, once she became Miss, because she was Miss Americas.
Yeah.
And Solaris was her second runners-up. So this one came and replaced her. And then Vanessa took on the Miss World role.
Okay.
So it was a win-win for most of us that wanted Solaris. She was still on the top 5.
She was still there.
Yeah, and that's our Miss World.
I think that's just fascinating, but I do remember, we were so excited for you, but I remember Brenda.
Oh my God.
And how emotional she was. I remember watching her and I was crying. I was just like, oh my God, because of, how much work she had put into it and the belief she had in you. And then, of course, Uganda's up there shining.
I know, she was alone in the audience. She would wait for everyone to keep quiet. Uganda! People told me, so Queen, this year Uganda has very many people coming to watch. And I'm like, no, it's just one lady.
But she's
shouting.
loud.
But she's loud. She's like, Queen, I'm going to embarrass you. You wait and see. But yeah, she was very, very excited. I remember when they called the license holders and families to come and say something. She was like, she
was so emotional.
I remember the next day, everyone that saw me was asking, so how is your mom? Is she okay? Is she all right? That's how much she shouted. But
yeah,
it was
a beautiful moment.
Because we stayed there for a week. But days after, I sat down with Steve. He's like, wow, Uganda, there was something so real about you and your license holder. We've never had that at Miss World.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was your first time, yes, but the way she shouted, the way you presented yourself, It was so natural. Like people always say, Miss World knows who they're going to choose, and the girls also know and things like that. But for people to watch that on TV was something that was totally amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Uganda, we're
There's
like
something different. We're like that. I like that. So you come back, of course, now we're all making noise like ah! I'm sure I made a silly joke when I saw you, like, Queen is our queen or some nonsense. I'm sorry, I apologize. I have a feeling other people made the same silly joke, but I couldn't help myself. But I mean, so you decided to take on the same cause, what you talked about, you know, child marriage and, you know, basically teenage pregnancies. That's something that you continue to be passionate about throughout your term.
yeah.
And then you hand over the crown. And then recently, you launched your own foundation.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really wonderful.
Thank you so much.
It was, you managed to have some serious guests. I think you need to give people tips. You had His Excellency the President there. I believe your patron is the Speaker of Parliament.
Yes.
Madam, first tell us how.
How?
No, this is wonderful.
So, when I got back, it was a bit challenging. Because now you have this new title, and the expectations are even higher than they were before you won.
Yeah.
And you need to live up to people's expectations in a certain way. So it was a bit hard.
It's like everyone wanted a piece of you, huh? That must have been quite difficult. I swear, everyone wanted a piece of you, Queen.
Wow.
Woo.
That last week in China, I remember people saying, no, she's stuck. She does not have an air ticket. And I'm like, no. We all stayed back. All the winners stayed back.
Yeah.
Because we were waiting for the Hainan Movie Festival. Yeah. That's why we stayed back.
Okay.
And I remember recording a video.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, you guys, I'm not stuck. Let us leave that in the past. I am here because we're waiting for something. We were told to stay back, not because I don't have a way of getting back home, but I would love to be home and things
wow,
like that.
that's what people said.
That's what people said. Because now it was coming to light. Okay, this girl went without that, and now everyone is trying to own her up and things like that. But sad things happen. I mean, for everyone to be successful in life, there are a few challenges you go through.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate all that I went through, because if I didn't, then it would not make sense, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting back, and people were very excited, and I'm like, okay. And my mom kept looking at me. She's like, so I gave birth to Miss World Africa. And she calls herself Mama Africa. Yeah, it was a bit tough. But like I tell people, my family is my support system.
Yeah.
Like even when I had to be perfect in public and what, there are those days that you just want to be a little girl and cry. But it was too much.
Yeah.
But then I learned, like, I grew.
Okay.
In a way.
Like what, the maturity, or
For the what?
is it like maturity? Like you? What do you mean you grew?
The things I wouldn't have done. The things I would have done, the 23-year-old me would have done if I wasn't Miss Uganda or Miss World, but I could not do that anymore.
Yeah.
I had to watch who I talked to. And then I was also having difficulties with my friends, because now it was like a turn.
Right.
There are those that were happy for you, there are those that were not and were pretending, and then you didn't know who was real and who was not. It was that time that I had to, withdraw from most of my relationships, from the friends and those that didn't seem real.
Yeah.
And then I told myself, okay, for this 1 year, family. Family will be it for me, will be everything. Yeah? They will hold my hand through it all. And for the friends, for those that are genuine and real, I will know as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, the part of we'll sit down someday with the celebrities. And now it comes in. And I'm like, okay, hi, oh, Quiin Abenakyo, oh my God, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, thank you for making us proud. I'm like, oh, thank you, so can we sit down and like people want now to relate with you. And I did not have a problem with that. But for those that had met earlier,
who had acted a certain way.
It was not like I was being proud or anything, but then I knew it was not genuine.
Okay.
So I'd rather stay home and, sleep.
And sleep.
And sleep.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay home and sleep. I'll tell you off in a good way. No, I'm busy today or things like that. But if we met at functions or anything, I'm okay with that.
Yes, of course.
But I'm not going to sit down with you and share. It's not real. It's not. So.
When you've seen someone in another light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's been good. I should say.
Yeah. So what is the biggest for you, your biggest challenge as in your reign as Miss Uganda? I mean, the beginning was bumpy, of course, getting to the pageant, getting funding, but throughout your term, what was the biggest challenge for you?
I should say media.
Media.
The stories, the graduation saga. That is one I thought would never end. I would wake up, check my phone. Everyone in your contacts list is sending you something they've written. You can't open your social media because it's the same story. Facebook, someone makes a call, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And there are those people that would say this today, tomorrow, and just let it go. I mean, if you've talked to moobs and they've clarified each and everything, why do you want to tarnish someone's name? And for one, I thought, okay, this is not going to end. I don't know what I'll do. But then my auntie told me, Queen, we as Ugandans are very busy people. This may go on for 2 weeks, a month.
Little while, yeah.
But it will go down. I mean, you don't have to stress over it. You know the truth. The school has cleared whatever it was. So what is the problem? Can you enjoy your life, please? Like, okay, that coming from you, that is enough. Let me enjoy. But then I also knew I had to be more careful in each and everything that I did, where I went, who I was with, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there's a day, I think 31st to 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something in Cielo.
Okay.
And
it was a New Year's.
New Year's, yes. And I was supposed to make a guest appearance, which I did.
Okay.
My friends were there. But as Miss Uganda, I knew there's media around, so I had to act accordingly.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up the next day and in the newspapers, they're like, Quiin Abenakyo was carried out wasted. I'm like, what? No. And people kept calling. They're like, so this is how you're living your life and things like. And I'm like, no.
Really?
But then first of all, who are you to call me? You're not my parents. You're not my family. Those are the people I carry with the most regard. So if you're not any of the above, why are you calling me and why are you telling me such things?
See, I told you everyone wanted a piece of you. Everyone now felt that they had some part of you that.
Because as with the Miss Uganda team, my managers were there.
And they were there. They saw. They
saw.
knew.
So why are you calling me with such? Like, you know what? So is this how media is going to be? Is this how things are going to be? Like, I cannot even go out. I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
I cannot even go out. I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Because they'll turn the story around.
You know, that's why some people stop going out completely, because they're like, as long as I'm not there, you can't make up a story.
You can't make up a story.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Queen, you know what? For this 1 year.
That's hard because you're still young.
Exactly, you're young. People should understand that.
And you have friends, and this is supposed to be a time when you're even celebrating and.
But I couldn't. And for some of the friends, you became the boring friend. Hi, can we go out? You know what? Where are we going? That place? No, it's not. Like, okay. But then there are those that understood. They're like, Queen, we get it. First, do what you're supposed to do. And then maybe after, if you're still interested, we can always go out. I mean.
Yeah. And it's 1 year, though. It's 1 year.
And
And what do you know? Now it has passed.
But even still, people are still watching.
Yes.
You're not going to go and... But now, like I told you, I've grown in a way that I feel comfortable in this life.
Okay.
So,
And also maybe you also now know who the people are that you can rely on. You now know your real friends.
exactly.
You now know who you can actually, who will support you. So it's a painful lesson, but it's a very important
But
one.
I'm glad it happened now than later in life, and you know, things just take a turn.
Okay.
So yeah.
So also what happens with beauty queens is, in terms of a romantic life, it's like non-existent. Are we dating now?
Oh my God, no, we are not.
Hey,
Hey.
the no is like no.
Not in a bad way,
Ah.
in a good way. No. There are things that, like I told you, for the 1 year, you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you first are focusing on, I think you're focusing on what you need to do.
Yeah, focusing on what I need to do, and now my baby, the foundation, is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Quiin Abenakyo
Quiin
Foundation.
Abenakyo Foundation, and people were asking. So, most people don't use their name. You know, you'd call it something else, girls, because it's focusing on girls.
Yeah.
You could get something related. Like, you know what? When something carries your name, there's more responsibility attached to it. You want everything to be.
Yeah.
Imagine people saying the Quiin Abenakyo Foundation did this. That is your name, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So you take extra
Care.
care when you're doing some of those things. So that's why I chose the name.
That's true.
And also leave a legacy behind. Quiin Abenakyo Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and teenage pregnancies. Yes, it was my Miss World project. And I kept on doing that during my reign as Miss Uganda. We worked with UNFPA, and we went as far as Yumbe. These are places I would never ever
I've
have
had a
thought of.
chance to go.
Yes, but I'm glad I did. And people there. So when we would interact with some of the girls, I'm like, you're Miss Uganda, you're Miss World Africa, and you're here in Yumbe to see us. But why?
They'll ask you that?
And I was like, what do you mean? Like, people like you never come this side.
Wow.
We need more people like you. And I'm like, you know what? There's a start to everything. So I'm here today. Let us talk, let us interact. And I think for me those were the most amazing moments for me. Sitting down and listening to them and tell us, you know what? We girls in village schools. And I'm like, what do you mean by village schools? Like, no, for you studied in Kampala. I'm like, wait, but I was in Luwero for my primary. It's not like I was in Kampala. So what do you mean village schools? Like, no, but they take us in a certain way and things like that. And I'm like, you know, you're actually better than people in the city.
Really?
In a way, what they are taught, what they are exposed to, compared to those in the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? And there's something genuine about the schools that side. Like, they find they have challenges here and there, things they lack and things like that. But even the upbringing is a little bit different compared to we in the city. You're exposed to a lot. You'd not respect your teachers as you would have. But there, you know your teacher, you either respect them or you're out of school. Like, that's it. So you need to listen to them. You need to do what you're supposed to do. But also, knowing that they're going through a lot. A sanitary towel, something that is what? 3-5 here.
Yeah.
It's very hard for them
And
to
girls
get.
aren't going to school.
They're not.
They drop out.
They're not going to school. And then
They can't afford them.
they can't. And for those that are in boarding school, I was very amazed at how these girls grow up and someone is telling you, here for the boarding section, we share a bed. So it's 2-2. Yes,
Oh my goodness.
it is not right. But if you want to be in boarding,
You have to share.
you have to share. And you relate back with how you were in school, and this is not, it was never heard of. How do you share a bed with someone? But to them, I want to be in school, I want to be in boarding school, that's it. You either be in boarding or day. But you know, when you're in day, the challenges are also, they become a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, and through that we're able to talk to them, get to know what they are going through, have meetings with some of the community leaders, the religious leaders, and get to know what exactly is happening to these girls.
Yeah.
Someone tells you, growing up I was told once I start my menstruation, I am ready for marriage. And she's telling you that that's what her religion says. And then you're talking to the religious leader and their stories are not the same. Like, so why is she telling me this and you're telling me something different? Are you actually doing your work in society? Are you doing your role? Why is she telling us that in Islam they tell you once you start your menstruation, and you as a cultural leader, you're telling me, sorry, as a religious leader, you're telling me, no, that's not okay. We don't tell our girls that. I did not
But
tell
it's
myself
happening.
that.
It's happening.
It is the students that told us that. So there were gaps. And it's through having meetings with the different stakeholders that we got to know what exactly happening to these girls. Yeah? And with the foundation, why the girl child? Because there's a gap. I have lost friends, 14 years old. She gives birth to a baby, her and her baby pass on, like they pass away, and she will never be heard of again. Growing up and you realize the same challenge is happening, but it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
So what is happening? Where I come from in Mayuge, something as small as geisha, a chapati. These are reasons as to why girls are getting pregnant.
Yeah.
I could not afford it. He could. So,
Yeah. Imagine.
what are we doing? I keep telling people when I was growing up, I knew it took a community to raise a child. The neighbors take care of each other. The grandparents are there. It's not happening anymore. It's just me and you, mom, daughter.
Your small unit and everyone is separate.
She's a doctor, she's a lawyer, and your neighbor? Oh, that one. Now they're going to use that one as an example. That one dropped out of school at 14 years old. She got pregnant. The man does not take care of her. But anyway, I don't want you to be like her. So for you, go to school, and that's all they're going to do. And that's where we're heading. And we're becoming more and more selfish as time goes on.
Yeah.
More and more. So it scares me that even if we come out to say we are going to do this, our people are going to change. Will they change?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about it? What are we going to
What
do?
are we doing about it? Yeah.
It's just one person, Quiin Abenakyo. What are you doing about it? What is he doing about it?
Yeah.
There's a lot that we have to do.
There's a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work.
Well,
And
clearly you're very passionate about it.
I hope we can all, 10 years, 20 years down the road, sit back and say, yes, I did this. I helped her.
Yeah.
You don't have to help everyone because you don't have the means to.
Exactly. It starts with the people around
Start
you.
with the people
Start with a
around
few
you.
people.
For the people that have maids, housemaids that are 14, 15,
Thank you.
she's raising your child, but you're not being a parent to this little girl. She's 14 for crying out loud.
Queen, I cannot tell you how many people I have met who are educated, who have good jobs, and then you see them with the nanny. And she's like a 12-year-old girl. And I'm like, but we should know better. We should know better.
Take her back to school.
And people, oh no, in the village she's doing nothing, so she'd rather be in my house working for me. No. She'd rather be in your house and you're putting her in school. I know.
Let her do what is expected of her, yes, but then take her to school.
Yeah.
Take her to these vocational institutes. Let her learn something. Know that you did something for this little girl and scold her for not feeding your baby or not washing your clothes or not doing. She's a little girl that needs your guidance. I don't think your daughter at that same age would do the things you're commanding this little girl to do. No.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
but that's the world we're living in.
But we can all make a difference. I like that.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
it starts with us.
in a small way.
In a small way. You don't have to do much. My foundation is starting from Mayuge district. And people say, it's because of, that's where you come from. Charity begins at home. And I'm like, that is true. But also look at the statistics.
Oh yeah, Mayuge district,
Mayuge
young girls, it's
I know. So let us leave the fact that this is where I come from.
yeah.
But it's also an added point.
Yeah.
I have an attachment. Start with your people. But my people also tuli mubi. So that's why. And my foundation aims at one. We're going to have school campaigns. Keep me in school.
Yeah.
I keep telling people that the girl you're looking at, you keep saying 25%, oh, 26%, but she's more than a statistic.
Yeah.
She's a human being. So you don't know how much it means to a little girl, you going and talking to them,
To have
using the
someone
role
believe in
model.
you.
Yes. Have someone believe in you, talk to you and tell you to stay in school, share your stories. Because for the most part, these girls think we come from the wealthiest families. But that's not the case. We've just learned to fight for our spaces and believe in our dreams. They need that. They need that motivation.
Yeah.
And to tell them to stay in school. But we also have a gap of the teachers. She knows she's a senior lady, but is she doing what she's supposed to do?
Is she protecting them?
She's not protecting them, the male teachers. We're saying, oh, girls get impregnated by the boda men. But some of them, it's the teachers. As a teacher, as a parent, what are you doing?
What are the consequences?
What are the consequences?
Someone's been doing this for years and years, and everyone knows about it. It's an open secret.
And the funny part is, you know, they just transfer him. If he was in like Ginger, they'll say, okay, he's been transferred to Mbarara. But the habit will keep on. You're not supposed to transfer that teacher. No. No. He needs to face the consequences.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. Yeah, he's the best mathematics teacher in the country. So what?
True. Well, we're out of time, unfortunately.
Oh.
But you're very passionate, I can see. And please let us know what you're doing as a foundation. Like, you know, see where we can help, where we can step in. I love that you said we can all do something. I truly believe that. We can do something, each one of us.
Yeah, we can.
You know, sometimes just helping one person will change their life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Queen. Thank you so
I feel
much.
like I had so much to say about the foundation.
No, you can just wrap up. Let us know like what your
we're doing.
immediate plans are.
Okay, so we'll be having school campaigns,
Yeah.
keep me in school campaigns, basically using the role model approach, talking to the students, getting to know them, but also having camps in schools, medical camps. Let them get tested
Yeah.
and know, and also go through counseling. Some of these students are battling things that they cannot share with the teachers.
Yeah.
But we need to know what exactly is happening. And for those that have fallen victim, the teen mothers, I keep telling people there's always a second chance in life.
Yeah, you don't write them off.
You don't let them off. They've become parents, yes, but now they need the skills. They need to make money. So that's where the livelihood programs comes in, scaling them. If it's hairdressing or tailoring, let her get something that she can make money off and take care of her child.
Yeah.
And also be in school. But also sexual reproductive health information is very key. So
They don't know anything.
They don't know anything.
It's funny.
And also the community outreaches. Let us talk to the parents and get to know what exactly is happening to our religious leaders, our cultural leaders. What trend are we setting for our children?
Yeah.
It starts with us, it starts with me, it starts with you, and I believe it's from there that we'll make a change.
And make a difference.
And to each and everyone that wants to be a part of Quiin Abenakyo, to volunteer, to donate, in any way possible, please support us, come through. And yeah, we'll be forever grateful to make a change.
Okay.